Cartoon recaps here. Today I will be recapping the episode 10, 11, and 12 of the animation series called The Battle Through the Heavens. Spoilers ahead, relax and enjoy. Just as we saw in the last episode, Xiao Yan had jumped into a cave with Xiao Yishen. He's doing this because he wants to help Xiao Yishen to get the treasures she demanded from the caves in exchange for the information he needs from her. Suddenly, a giant snake comes out of the cave and tries to attack them. But Xiao Yan manages to use his magic to stop it. Xiao Yan successfully carries Xiao Yishen inside the caves, and luckily for them, they found the treasure they are looking for. The treasures are in 3 boxes. They both agreed to pick one each for themselves. Xiao Yan opens the first box and sees a scroll containing things that has to do with poisons. Suddenly, Xiao Yishen decides to take that one. Xiao Yan opens the second box and sees a scroll that can help him increase his energy level, so he decides to take that one. As Xiao Yan is about to open the last box, Mo Li and his companions stops them. They are Xiao Yishen group members who decided to betray her because of the treasures. It turns out it was their plan all along when he proposes to Xiao Yan at first to join his group from earlier, so he can lead them to the treasures. Even though Xiao Yan rejected his offer, Xiao Yan still fell into his traps by still managing to lead them to the treasures. Suddenly, Mo Li sends his men to kill Xiao Yan and Xiao Yishen. There is a battle between them, but Xiao Yan manages to use his powers to defeat them all. As Shen Yan is making his escape with Xiao Yishen, Mo Li, who is at the entrance of the cave, stops them. It turns out that this guy wasn't any ordinary warrior. He has magical powers too, and his energy level is extremely higher than Xiao Yan's energy. Mo Li beats him up in a fight, and no matter how hard Xiao Yan tries to fight back, the warrior keeps subduing him in the fight like he's a weakling. Xiao Yishen realizes that they will both be killed if they don't get out sooner. Immediately, she blows a whistle, which summons a giant bird. Xiao Yan and Xiao Yishen are quickly able to get on the bird in time, and they both make their escape. The next morning, Xiao Yan wakes up from unconsciousness, and Xiao Yishen appreciated him for everything he has done for her so far. She has already employed a group of mercenaries that will now protect her from Mo Li and his men. She fulfills her promise by leaving a map with Xiao Yan, containing the location of Jia Lai and his people and what they are plotting. Xiao Yan is really grateful for this, and as he was about to thank her, she is long gone. Xiao Yan is later seen in the mountains meditating, and according to his mysterious master instructions, he swallows a power pearl, and his energy level started to increase massively, until his energy level reached level 10. Making Xiao Yan one of the most powerful person in the dynasty. Xiao Yan is so excited about this, but his master comes out telling him not to be too excited, as he is still at the second stage in level 10. His master tells him that at this rate he can produce so many kind of fires if he wants, but for now he really needs to train harder so he can help Xiao Yan increase his energy level to the first stage in level 10. And that was how this episode ended. Episode 11 begins when we see the Jia Lai guards, who has been led by Jia Lai Nu, the elder of the Jia Lai family. On the other hand, Xiao Yan is still on his trainings with his master, as his master wants to help him increase his energy to the first stage in level 10 energy technique. He wants to make Xiao Yan the most powerful person on earth. During his trainings, his master spots Jia Lai group passing by, and instructs Xiao Yan to go stop them. Xiao immediately goes to where the ground was, and started to take down each of the guards silently. Jia Lai Nu notices this, and immediately he sees Xiao Yan. He started to attack him with an arrow. Xiao Yan suddenly stays put, and picks up the blade his master made for him, and goes on a one-on-one combat with Jia Lai Nu. Jia Lai Nu uses all his powers and tries to finish off Xiao Yan, but he is now one of the most powerful person in the dynasty, and manages to subdue the most powerful person in the Jia Lai family, Jia Lai Nu. The last surviving guard of Jia Lai hurries to give him the bad news, making Jia Lai so furious. Jia Lai couldn't believe the eldest person in his family just got killed. And what annoyed him the more is that all the materials that were supposed to be used to defeat the Xiao family has already been destroyed by Xiao Yan. The Jia Lai family are now even getting broke because even the materials they purchased were on credit. Xiao Yan's father, Xiao Zhan, is so happy after he hears how Xiao Yan defeated Jia Lai Nu. And the best of all is that his greatest enemy, Jia Lai Nu, is now facing his defeat slowly. Xiao Zhan is so proud of his son for helping the Xiao family in any way he can, and even gives him full permission to increase his intensive trainings with his mysterious master. His adoptive sister later arrives and informs him about an academy that trains warriors with new skills. Jia Lai had sent one of his guards to sell some goods in secret, but when his guard tells him that the Xiao family already knows about it, Jia Lai couldn't hold himself anymore. Suddenly, he faints while almost having a heart attack. The next morning, Xiao Yan goes to the academy to get admitted to the academy as well with other students. For anyone to be admitted into the academy, they must have to do a strength test. If the crystal at the front manages to glow, that means the person's strength is high. Every of the nobles started to check, and as the crystal shines, they are admitted to the academy. When it reaches Xiao Yan's turn, he smiles and goes to touch the crystal. As Xiao Yan touches the crystal, at first it doesn't glow, making everyone to laugh at him. Suddenly the crystal started to glow so bright that everyone could not even see it. Everyone gets so surprised, not believing Xiao Yan now possesses that much energy. Inside the academy, every one of them are to be divided into different groups according to their energy level. Xiao Yan's adoptive sister goes first, and she says her energy level is level 6 of the 10th grade. The teacher calls her the strongest, because she has the highest level among all of them. But Zuner says that her energy level took 16 years to get. But Xiao Yan, her brother, only took few months to get up to level 5 of the 10th grade. That means he is the strongest, not her. This makes everyone more shocked and started to admire Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan is also proud of his achievement. But later he calmly proposes to the teacher that he wants to leave for 1 year holiday for something really important. His teacher gets really angry at him because he just got admitted today and he is asking for a holiday today. The teacher refused to let him go at first, but later she says they should go on a one-on-one combat, and if his abilities is good, she will allow him to live for his 1 year holiday. And that was how this episode ended. The last episode begins with a fight between the both of them, and Xiao Yan started to display his abilities while fighting his teacher. The teacher uses all her technique to trap Xiao Yan, but Xiao Yan manages to free himself from her strong energy. This makes the teacher really impressed and started to like him. Suddenly, she permits him for his holidays. The teacher tells all the students that they will all begin their practice at Narlan Academy. But Xiao Yan proposes to the teacher that they should instead start their academy of their own in their own city. Believing how skillful and powerful Xiao Yan and his adoptive sister is, she then decides to accept their request. Finally, an academy is now opened in their city, which makes Xiao Yan's father really proud because it was Xiao Yan's idea to start the academy in their city. At the academy, Xiao Yan notices a stranger there. The person looks really suspicious. Later on, the stranger is invited into Jia Lai house. The stranger is revealed to be a teacher called Louis 11. Jia Lai invited him and tries to compel him into having his revenge on Jia Nan, who is Xiao Yan's academy teacher. But Louis 11 knows the implications of doing that because it might annoy the Xiao family. So he rejected their help and leaves. Jia Lai becomes so furious because this, and promises to kill Xiao Yan himself. Xiao Yan later meets with the auction house later Yafei, and they both chat and have fun together. Suddenly a messenger hurries towards Xiao Yan and gives him a letter. As Xiao Yan opens it, he sees something that belongs to Xiao Yishen, the girl who he met in the forest. He knows it must have been Mo Li, the man that was trying to kill them in the caves that captured her. Xiao Yan then hurries in full speed to save his friend Xiao Yishen. Unfortunately for him, Jia Lai appears in the bridge and attacks Xiao Yan in anger. Xiao Yan is powerful, but he wasn't still strong enough to fight Jia Lai himself. As Jia Lai is about to strangle him to death, his adoptive sister arrives and saves him. But unfortunately, the bridge ropes wasn't strong enough to hold them, and as the bridge ropes cuts off, Xiao Yan and his sister started to fall. But something more surprising happens as Xiao Yan suddenly develops wings and fly his sister out of there. Suddenly a message gets to Narlan, which tells her that Xiao Yan has grown more powerful, which scares her as Xiao Yan is now a threat to her. Xiao Yan drops of his sister at the mountains and hurries to save Xiao Yishen, who is in danger in the hands of Mo Li. And that was how Season 1 of the Battle Through the Heavens series ended. I will be recapping the Season 2 of this animation series soon. If you love animation movies, please subscribe to this channel and keep watching. Bye.